So join your hands to get to start our class for chanting of Omkar. Sairam children. Sairam children.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
सर आपका माइक म्यूट है.
We'll start our class with presentation, okay? Yes?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
So who will give first?
Sir may I?
Who are you? Ninansa, yes, you start.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, beta, it is visible. Make it full screen. Good.
Today I am going to tell you on the topic physical properties of metals and non-metals. Metals, those materials which possess the characteristics of being hard, shiny, malleable, fusible, ductile, etc. are termed as metals. For example, iron, gold, silver, aluminium, copper, etc. Physical properties of metals. There are so many physical properties of metals. For example, malleability, ductility, skin appearance, conductivity. Malleability. The properties of metals by which it can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. Materials like coal and pencil lead do not show this property. Ductility. Ductility is the ability of a material to be drawn or plastically deformed without fracture. The ductility of steel varies depending on the type and levels of alloying or mixed elements present. Sonorous. Sonorous is one of the physical property of metal, by which sound is produced when a metal is struck. Many metals are used to make musical instruments in order to exploit their sonorous property. Conductivity. Metals allow heat and electricity to pass through them easily. Copper, silver, gold, aluminium, iron, metals are good conductor of heat. Non-metals. Those materials which do not possess the characteristics of metals are termed as non-metals. Materials like coal and sulfur are soft and dull in appearance. They break down into powdery mass on tapping with hammer. They are non-sonorous and are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Thank you.
Okay. Very good, Ninansa. So Ninansa explained about the physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Ankush, Aniket, I will give you at the end because you will cover some extra topics also, है ना?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, Sarvag.
सर वो मेरा टॉपिक भी तो फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज ही था.
You just continue your work.
ओके सर. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, beta, it is visible.
physical properties are first malleability, second ductility, and third sonorous. The property of metal by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability, which now more malleable.
The voice is not clear, Sarvak. Sarvak, you are not audible.
What, sir?
Your voice is not audible right now. Are you speaking? Sarvak, are you there? Sarvak, Aniket, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
सर्वज्ञ, क्या आपको मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है? सर्वज्ञ stopped. Why you stopped? You were not speaking anything. Ankush,
Yes, sir.
you can start.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, beta, it is visible.
Science chapter 4, metals and non-metals. Today we will discuss a short summary of subtopic displacement reaction and reactivity series. Number 1, reactivity series. The reactivity series is a series of metals in order of reactivity from highest to lowest. This is a table of most reactive metals and non-metals to least reactive metals and non-metals. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum. Carbon, zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen,
That is lead, not lead, lead.
lead, hydrogen, copper, silver, gold, and platinum. Platinum is the least reactive metal. Number 2, displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal, but a less reactive metal cannot displace a more reactive metal. For example, magnesium plus aluminum oxide. Magnesium oxide plus aluminum, because magnesium is more reactive than aluminum. Magnesium plus iron chloride. Magnesium chloride plus iron. Silver plus zinc oxide is equals to no reaction. Copper plus gold nitrate is equals to copper nitrate plus gold. Thank you.
Okay, nice presentation. And now the Aniket. Fourth one is Aniket. Yes, Aniket.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
wait a minute. So is it visible?
It is not visible. You start present now, then it will be visible better.
Sir, I have started the presentation, but it is shown that your entire screen, a window or Chrome tab. Sir, I clicked the entire screen, but it is not presenting, sir.
Select Chrome.
Okay, sir. No, sir, I am clicking the share button, but it is not able, sir. I am not able to click it, sir.
Ankit, select your screen at the picture.
Okay.
Sometime it happens.
So now is it visible?
No better. Yes, it is visible now.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it visible, sir, the presentation?
Yes.
So wait a minute, sir. Chemical properties of metals and non-metals. This is the first one, reaction with oxygen of metals. Metals react with oxygen to form metal oxides. Metal oxides are basic in nature.
Very good.
Metal plus oxygen forms metal oxide.
Okay.
Thus, on burning metals react with oxygen to form basic oxides. The metal oxides turn red litmus to blue. Example of reaction with oxygen of metal. First example, when magnesium burns in air, it combines with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium plus oxygen forms magnesium oxide. So, here is the formula. Magnesium oxide dissolves partially in water to form magnesium hydroxide solution. Reaction with oxygen of nonmetals. Nonmetals react with oxygen to form nonmetal oxides. Nonmetal oxides are acidic in nature. Thus, nonmetals react with oxygen to form acidic oxides. Acidic oxides turn blue litmus to red. An example of reaction of oxygen with nonmetals. When sulfur burns in air, it combines with the oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide dissolves in water to form sulfurous acid solution. Reaction with water of metals. When a metal reacts with water, then a metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas are formed. Some metals react vigorously with hot water, cold water, steam, or also does not react with steam. It depends on the metal's chemical reactivity. Example of reaction of metal with water. When sodium metal reacts violently with cold water, forming sodium hydroxide solution and hydrogen gas. Sodium is a very reactive metal. It reacts with moisture, oxygen, and other gases present in air, so it is stored under kerosene. Reaction with water of nonmetals. Nonmetals do not react with water. For example, sulfur is a nonmetal. Sulfur does not react with water. In fact, sulfur is kept under water to protect them from the action of air because sulfur reacts violently when kept in air. It reacts with oxygen and catches fire. Reaction with acids of metals. Most of the metals react with dilute acids to form salts and hydrogen gas. Only the less reactive metals like copper, gold, and silver do not react with dilute acids. Example, magnesium metal reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to form magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Aluminium, iron, and zinc metals also react with dilute hydrochloric acids to form the corresponding metal chlorides and hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound when a lighted matchstick is brought near the mouth of test tube. Reaction with acids of nonmetals. Nonmetals do not react with dilute acids. For example, if we take some sulfur powder in a test tube and add a dilute hydrochloric acid, then no reaction takes place even on heating. Some of the nonmetals react with hot and concentrated sulfuric acid, nitric acid, but no hydrogen gas is formed. Reaction with bases of metals. Some metals react with bases to form salts and hydrogen gas. Example, When aluminum is heated with sodium hydroxide, sodium aluminate, which is a salt, and hydrogen gas are formed. Zinc metal also reacts with sodium hydroxide to form hydrogen gas. Differences in chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. Metals form basic oxides, non-metal forms acidic oxides. Metals react with water to produce hydrogen gas except copper, silver and gold, which does not react with water. Non-metals do not react with water. Metals react with dilute acids to produce hydrogen gas and salt except copper, silver and gold, which does not react with acid. Non-metals do not react with dilute acids. So there is a reactivity series of metals.
Okay.
Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, and so on. Displacement reaction of metals. In metals, a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its solid solution. Example, when a strip of iron metal is placed in copper sulfate solution for some time, then the blue color of copper sulfate solution fades and red-brown coating of copper metal is deposited on the iron strip. In this reaction, the more reactive metal iron displaces the less reactive metal copper from its solid solution. In metals, a less reactive metal cannot displace a more reactive metal from its solid solution. For example, iron sulfate plus copper, no displacement reaction. This displacement reaction does not take place because copper metal is less reactive than iron metal. Displacement reaction of nonmetals. More reactive nonmetal displaces a less reactive nonmetal from its solid solution. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Nice presentation. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So, good presentation given by all. Sarvak, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What happened to you?
So I think there was a network issue.
Okay. So, want to give right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, carry on.
Okay, sir. So is it visible?
Yes, Sarvak, it is visible.
Physical properties of metals and non-metals. There are types of physical properties are first malleability, second ductility, and third is sonorous. Malleability. The property of metal by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. And gold is the most malleable metal. A single gram can be beaten into a sheet of 1 square meter. Second physical property is ductility. Ductility is when a solid material stretches under tensile strain. If ductile, a material may be stretched into wire. Malleability is a similar property. If a material is able to deform under pressure or compressive stress, if a material is malleable, it may be flattened by hammering or rolling. The most ductile metal is platinum. Next property is sonorous. Metals produce ringing sounds. They are said to be sonorous. Example, bells are made up of metals. Mercury is the only metal which is not sonorous. Now we will discuss about difference between metals and non-metals. Metals have luster and hardness. Non-metals don't have luster or hardness. Metals are malleable, ductile and sonorous. Non-metals are not malleable, ductile or sonorous. Example of metals are iron, copper, zinc, etc. Example of non-metals are plastic, glass, rubber, etc. सर हो गया
Yes, very good, Sarvak.
सर एक वीडियो भी है मेरे पास सर अगर आप परमिशन दे तो
I, You made this video or you are sharing any YouTube video?
Sir, YouTube video.
So don't share right now. है ना? Stop
Okay,
sharing.
sir.
Okay, so very good presentation given by all four, and I hope next time more and more children will come out to give presentation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So I am just finishing what we were talking in previous class. We were talking about,
Sir,
yes. Yes,
sir, actually, sir, मैं अभी sir presentation, sir प्रखर sir.
yes, Prakhar.
सर एक्चुअली सर मैं भी सब प्रेजेंटेशन देना चाहता था बट सर ड्यू टू सम नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम सर मैं नहीं आ पाया पहले तो सर मैं क्या सर चैप्टर 5 का प्रेजेंटेशन आपको बना के दे सकता हूँ अगली बार नेक्स्ट क्लास
हाँ तो actually on that day you did not give your name to present. To
यस सर सो मैं जल्दी नहीं आ पाया था क्लास
हाँ तो
ड्यू टू सम नेटवर्क
so in my personal window you share what on which topic you want to give. Okay.
ओके सर
So we were talking about coal, petroleum, and many things we already discussed. We discussed inexhaustible natural resources, fossil fuels, how were formed, petroleum were formed, refining we'll discuss later, various fractions, inexhaustible, sunlight, air, and water. Exhaustible, coal, petroleum, natural gas. Fossil fuels, we already discussed. How fossil fuels were formed. We discussed about the coal, that is the mainly it consists carbon. How coal was formed, we already discussed this. We were talking about the carbonization. This is a slow process of conversion of dead plants and animals to the coal. This is called the carbonization. How coal produce energy, carbon plus oxygen becomes carbon dioxide and heat. Uses of coal we already discussed. Production of coal, and when coal is heated strongly in closed retorts in the absence of air, these products, useful products, are formed: coal gas, coal tar, and coke. Coal gas, we already discussed about it. It is mainly a mixture of methane and hydrogen and some carbon monoxide. It has high calorific value. Coal tar. I was talking about the coal tar. Yes. So coal tar is thick black liquid having an unpleasant smell. Unpleasant means जो हमको अच्छी नहीं लगती. And is obtained by heating coal in the absence of air. The product of coal tar are used to make synthetic fibers, drugs, plastics, dyes, perfumes, paints, varnishes, pesticides, photographic materials, roofing materials, and explosive. These are the uses of coal tar. Very useful product.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, that as you told us that the coal tars are used to make drugs. So the drugs are the medicines or that, sir, that.
Drugs are medicines. Yes, it is fact. But many things which are under the category of drugs are made. A part of coal tar is used. Do you know about the perfumes?
Yes, sir.
yes
Yes, sir.
is a good or
Yes,
bad? I
sir.
don't know. Perfume,
Highly
paint,
inflammable substance.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
this varnishes that we use inside the room, paint over the wall, all that is the coal tar is used in it. So I am not saying that coal tar is always a kind of poisonous thing, but to make some drugs, I will explain. I will bring out some examples of how it used in drugs, but its quantity is maybe limited. But very important point is bitumen. Bitumen, as you all know that coal tar has been used for metalling the roads. Traditionally, for metalling the roads, coal tar used. But nowadays, a petroleum product that is bitumen is being used for metalling the road surface in place of coal tar. And its use is increasing day by day. So what is the alternate of coal tar? The alternate material is bitumen. It is very important. Okay, beta? Now another thing is coke. What is coke? It is a black solid substance. It's a tough and porous black solid substance. Almost pure form of carbon. What is the percentage of carbon in it? It is about 98% carbon is present in coke. Almost pure form. And it is used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals like iron, zinc, etc. किसी भी मेटल को एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के लिए ये एक रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट की तरह यूज किया जाता है and is used in the manufacturing of steel. स्टील को बनाने में इसका यूज किया जाता है. अब बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट this last one point कि कोक is a better fuel than coal. कोल से बेहतर कोक better fuel है because it produces more heat on burning than equal amount of coal. कोल और कोक का दोनों का इक्वल अमाउंट अगर हम लेते हैं तो किसमें ज्यादा हीट प्रोड्यूस होगी? कोक विल प्रोड्यूस मोर अमाउंट ऑफ हीट. एंड वन मोर थिंग, कोक बर्न्स विदाउट स्मोक, विदाउट प्रोड्यूसिंग एनी स्मोक, बट कोल प्रोड्यूसेस a lot of smoke on burning. So it is quite interesting if there is a question ki why we have to prefer coke over the coal. So you can write these 2 points, last 2 points, very important points. So it was, this presentation is over and now I am going to tell you some videos.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
सर जैसे आपने अभी बताया था सर कि कोक से ज्यादा कोल से यूजफुल है, तो सर हम उसे किसी भी चीज में यूज क्यों नहीं करते सर? मतलब हम जैसे कोल को हम ज्यादातर यूज करते हैं सर, उसी तरह कोक को क्यों?
Its availability and its cost. Got it, beta? Right?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Because as you know that, another example, if we see this silver is the best conductor of heat, but we use copper because silver is very costly material. That's why.
एक्सक्यूज मी
Okay.
सर.
Yes, beta.
सर एक्चुअली सर अभी आपने सर बिटुमेन के बारे में बात करी, तो सर एक बिटुमेन सर टाइप्स ऑफ कोल में भी तो होता है सर, बिटुमिनस कोल, तो क्या सर आप उसकी बात कर रहे थे क्या?
Please repeat what you want to tell.
सर देयर इज अ टाइप ऑफ कोल सर, बिटुमिनस कोल, तो क्या सर
नहीं, ये उसकी नहीं, ये वो नहीं है. This is not that.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
That you learn in social science, na?
यस सर.
नहीं वो. Now just see more thing about carbonization. Are you able to see the video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Years ago, its surface was covered with lush green forests, variety of animals, and beautiful water bodies.
Millions of years ago, our earth was covered with lush green forest. It was very dense forest at that time.
There were many plants that grew in areas such as flooded forests and swamps.
Now
When
flood.
these plants died, they fell into the water, but did not decay completely on account of the lack of oxygen under the water. This incomplete decay resulted in the formation of a layer of peat. Over a period of time, climatic and geographic events led to the deposition of more sediment on the peat. More sediment meant more pressure on the peat below, which compressed the peat. As the sediment accumulated, the pressure and temperature below the ground increased. This in turn increased the pressure and temperature in and around the peat. As a result, the peat gradually changed to lignite, a soft brown coal, and much later to hard black coal with a high percentage of carbon.
Have you seen, beta, how this was the situation? Lush green forests. Gradually, plants died due to incomplete decay, led to the formation of peat. Peat means that is slowly convert a kind of black substance. We can say जो धीरे धीरे कुछ इस तरीके से बदल जाता है कि हम कहेंगे कि सॉफ्ट ब्राउन नेचुरल सब्सटेंस दैट इज फॉर्म फ्रॉम डेड प्लांट जस्ट अंडर द सरफेस ऑफ द ग्राउंड इन वेट प्लेस. सो एक भूरा काला सा जो नेचुरल सब्सटेंस होता है, ये जलाने या उसमें काम आता है, क्या कहते हैं आपके, एज ए मैनुअल, दैट इज द पीट. तो आप देखिए कुछ समय पहले ये स्थिति थी, लश ग्रीन फॉरेस्ट, देन दिस इज द सिचुएशन, देन you can see a formation of peat started, and gradually this is quite interesting.
As the sediment accumulated, the pressure and temperature below the ground,
Pressure increases, temperature increases. Rising temperature and high pressure transformed the peat and turned it into soft brown lignite. Later, this lignite became hard black coal, and this process is called carbonization.
increased. This in turn increased the pressure and temperature in and around the peat. As a result, the peat gradually changed to lignite, a soft brown coal, and much later to hard black coal with a high percentage of carbon. Hence, this process of conversion is called carbonization.
This is called carbonization.
Why is coal called a fossil fuel? Why?
Who will give answer of first question? Sanjay Dhakad.
Sir, may I?
Sanjay Dhakad. Sanjay, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you give me the answer?
Yes,
Why
sir.
is coal called a fossil fuel? Sanjay,
Sir, because it is formed by the dead. Sir, because it is formed by dead and decaying matter.
okay.
Sir, may
Why
I?
should we use?
Sir, may I?
Why?
Sir, may I?
Ankush.
Sir, may I?
Why should we use coal judiciously?
Sir, because the coal is not available in unlimited quantity.
Yes, Prakhar.
Sir, because coal have a lot of uses.
No, lot of users. That's why we use it judiciously.
Yes, sir.
No, Rishika.
समय चाहे
1 minute, Rishika.
Sir, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Rishika, why should we use, why should we use coal judiciously?
Sir, because it uses in many things.
No.
Sir, ma'am.
Sir,
Yes.
once exhausted cannot be formed in hundreds of years. It takes millions of years to form.
Yes, you are right. Because its rate of formation is very, very slow. It takes millions of years to form. So that. Who is talking? Chahid, mute your mic. Now more things. Petroleum. All of you are very much familiar with the petroleum. In this part of our chapter, we will discuss so many petroleum products. The first one is formation of petroleum and natural gas.
A beautiful car, isn't it? Something this good looking must have taken at least a couple of years to build. Now, all that this car requires is petrol. It won't take long to fill the tank, but it took millions of years to produce the oil and natural gas needed to run our planet. Millions of years ago, dead animals and sea plants were buried under the ocean floor. With the passage of time, silt and sand formed in
Millions of years ago, dead sea animals and plants were buried beneath the sea floor under layers of silt and sand. Just opposite what we saw in previous thing. There we were talking about the landmass plant and animals buried under the soil. But what I hear, all are aquatic animals and plants. They buried beneath the sea floor. उनके ऊपर सब जमा हो जाता है.
The ocean floor. With the passage of time, silt and sand formed a layer over them.
Yes, you can see this colorful lower layer. This is dead plants and animals. And what is depositing over them?
The amount of silt and sand increased over a long period and pushed the layer of dead animals and plants deeper into the ocean floor.
Deep into
This
the ocean floor.
increased the pressure and temperature, which broke down the organic matter.
This is quite interesting. Due to high temperature and pressure, it broke down the organic matter that was present in the aquatic life.
This gradually changed into oil and natural gas. Today, this layer of oil and gas lies deep below the Earth's surface. We reach into this crust to drill out this fuel for our use. So you see, it took the Earth millions of years to form the petrol that we use today. Let's use it judiciously.
It also takes millions of years. That's why we have to use it judiciously. Otherwise, there will be no petrol in future. And that's why day by day, the cost of petrol is going on. Isn't it? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir.
Rajesh, I want to see you. Rajesh, मैं आपको देखना चाहता हूँ. क्या आप कैमरा ऑन करेंगे?
यस सर.
हाँ, कैमरा ऑन करना बेटा. हाँ, यस. बहुत दिन बाद नजर आ रहा है. कैसा है? हाउ आर यू?
फाइन सर.
गुड. अब रेगुलर आ रहा है बेटा क्लास में?
यस सर.
गुड. सो और कौन नया आया है बहुत दिन बाद? ओके.
Raj.
Rajesh, mute your mic, beta. Now start Shanti Path. Shanti, Shanti. शांति शांति। साई राम।
Sai Ram, sir.
Sairam, sir.
साई राम। साई राम। साई राम।